bid. Only he had lost the trick of it, and mostly let them drop and broke 'em. As the old lady had been used to sit in the cart and hand the articles out one by one to the old gentleman on the footboard to sell, just in the same way she handed him items of the family property, and they disposed of it in their own imaginations from morning to night. At last the old gentleman, lying bedridden in the same room with the old lady, cries out in the old patter, fluent, after having been silent for 2 days and nights. "Now hear, my jolly companions every one, which the Nightingale Club in the village was held, at the sign of the Cabbage and Shears, where the singers no doubt would have greatly excelled but for want of taste, voices and ears. Now hear, my jolly companions, every one is a working model of a used-up old cheapjack, without a tooth in his head and with a pain in every bone. So like life that it would be just as good if it wasn't better, just as bad if it wasn't worse, and just as new if it wasn't worn out. Bid for the working model of the old cheapjack, who has drunk more gunpowder tea with the ladies in his time than would blow the lid off a washerwoman's cooker, and carry it as many thousands of miles higher than the moon as 060, divided by the national debt. Carry nothing to the poor rates 3 under and 2 over. Now, my hearts of oak and men of straw, what do you say for the lot? 2 shillings? A shilling, 10pence, 8pence, 6pence, 4pence, 2pence? Who said 2pence? The gentleman in the scarecrow hat. I'm ashamed of the gentleman in the scarecrow hat. I really am ashamed of him for his want of public spirit. Now, I'll tell you what I'll do with you. Come, I'll throw you in a working model of an old woman that was married to the old cheapjack so long ago that, upon my word and honour, it took place on Noah's Ark, before the unicorn could get in to forbid the banns by blowing a tune upon his horn. There now, come, what do you say for both? I'll tell you what I'll do with you. I don't bear you a malice for being so backward. Here, if you make me a bid that'll only reflect a little credit on your town, I'll throw you in a warming pan for nothing, and lend you a toasting fork for life. Now come, what do you say, after that splendid offer? Say £2, say 30 shillings, say £1, say 10 shillings, say 5, say 2 and 6. You don't say even 2 and 6? You say 2 and 3? No. You shan't have the lot for 2 and 3. I'd sooner give it to you, if you was good-looking enough. Here, missus, chuck the old man and woman into the cart, put the horse to, and drive 'em away and bury 'em. Such were the last words of Willum Marigold, my own father, and they were carried out by him and by his wife, my own mother, on one and the same day, as I ought to know, having followed as mourner. My father had been a lovely one in his time at the steeplejack work, as his dying observations went to prove. But I top him. I don't say it because it's myself, but because it's been universally acknowledged by all that has had the means of comparison. I have worked at it. I have measured myself against other public speakers, members of Parliament, platforms, pulpits, counsel learned in law, and where I found 'em good, I have took a bit of imagination from 'em, and where I have found 'em bad, I have let 'em alone. Now I'll tell you what, I mean to go down to my grave declaring that of all the callings I'll use in Great Britain, the cheapjack calling is the worst used. Why ain't we a profession? Why ain't we endowed with privileges? Why are we forced to take out a hawker's licence, when no such thing is expected of the political hawkers? Where's the difference betwixt us? Except that we are cheapjacks, and they are dearjacks. I don't see any difference. But what's in our favour? For look here. Say it's election time. I'm on the footboard of my cart in the marketplace on a Saturday night. I put up a general miscellaneous lot. I say, now here, my free and independent voters, I'm going to give you such a chance as you never had in all your born days, nor yet a day's preceding. Now, I'll show you what I'm going to do with you. Here's a pair of razors.